Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the video. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this is going to be the BAA book club announcement for September, October, November, and December. As you may know, BAA is a book club that originally was just run by me and Clint over at Reads Readers, but we're kind of doing a little revamp of it because, well, we had originally posted in March our April, May, and June books, but if you saw my video about why I kind of took a break from YouTube, I'll link it in the iCard, which I never remember which side it is. I had some mental health struggles as well as life slump, reading slump, everything. So we ultimately decided to kind of put it on hold just to kind of allow ourselves, well, to allow me to deal with that, but then also just for life stuff to happen. And ultimately we decided, let's pick it up again. We're starting in September because we feel like that's a good time. If you hear any background noise, that is my cat. He has been very curious, so he is literally just sitting behind the little table that I have my phone on, and so who knows what you're gonna hear. But I have everything written down and we're gonna go through that. So BAA, or Books Addicts Anonymous, originally we had it so it was just a book club, but we've decided we are just going to expand it to any LGBTQ plus story, specifically those that are rom-com or rom-com adjacent, just because rom-coms honestly are always the way to go. You can never go wrong with a rom-com. So I'm very excited about that. As I said, I originally co-hosted this with Clint from Reads Readers, and he is still very much part of this, but we also have another co-host, which is Lori from the Chatty Bookworm, and I'm so excited for her to join us because while her and I aren't close friends, we've gotten along so well whenever we have interacted, and she's an amazing person, so I'm so excited for her to join us in this adventure. And I will leave both of their channels as well as everything I mentioned down below, as well as some other people who you'll hear about in just a second. So our September book was originally our May book, but we decided to move it to September since I love this book and I'm very excited to reread it, and I'm very excited for everybody else to read it. And that is Not Quite Out by Louise Willingham, which this is a book that takes place in university, and it has bi rep and gay rep. And I love this. I'm not really explaining what these books are about. I'll let you do your own research, but I love this. I gave it 5 stars, as well as the little novella, which is right there. But I love this, so I'm very excited to reread it. Honestly, might help with my slump because I love these characters. I will say there are a few trigger warnings in this, and they are listed in the book, as well as is it on Goodreads? I'm not too sure where all the trigger warnings are listed, but if you have any sort of triggers and you want to know them, feel free to comment. I will gladly let you know about them, because trigger warnings are valid. Trigger warnings are necessary for those that need them. So yeah, and we will be having guest hosts, so it will be a different guest host each month. And September's is Shay from Shockingly Shay Reads on Instagram. I will leave everybody's Instagrams, or a couple of them have YouTube channels, so I'll leave all that linked below so you can check them out. So yeah, that is September's book. October's book is one that I have been meaning to read since it came out, and I haven't, so I'm so excited that we're reading it, and that is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, which this is a female-female romance, which I believe one of them is bi and one of them is a lesbian, I believe. And it is like a small town, I believe, with one of the characters being a single mom, which I haven't really read that many books with just the single parent trope in general, so I'm excited for this. I have heard so many amazing things about this and about the other books in the series, so I'm so excited to read this. And for our guest host will be Sam from Sam's Bookish Faves on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm so excited to read this and discuss this. I should have mentioned this before, but we will be doing live streams each month. I think we're aiming for the last Sunday of the month, just because that should work out with schedules. It's mainly my work schedule that we have to go around, but we've talked about that, and Sunday should work. If not, we will let you guys know the live stream dates on our Twitter and our Instagram pages, which will also be linked down below. My brain is all over the place. I am exhausted. I have to work later, so I'm just quickly trying to film this. So honestly, the description will be your best friend for if I miss anything at all. It will be linked in the listed or linked in the description, but we will post about there, and then also probably on our personal channels. I think we're going to be doing at least the first couple on Clint's channel, just because I haven't done a live stream in months, so I don't trust myself to be in charge of a live show for at least a little bit until I do a couple, just because I honestly don't even fully remember how to do them. But yeah, for November, we will be reading Top Secret by Sarina Bowen and Elle Kennedy. Clint and Lori have both read this, I believe, and I think they've both read Delilah Green as well. And they have loved both Delilah Green and Top Secret. And my friend Reese has read Top Secret and literally pretty much told me, it's like, you have to read that, it's amazing, you'll love it. I've read one Sarina Bowen and Elle Kennedy book, and then I've read 3 Elle Kennedy books. So I know I like them as authors, so I'm really hoping I enjoy this. I've had this on a couple TBRs, I think at least 2, but I just never got around to reading them, so that will be what we'll be reading in October. And this is a I believe it's like a bi-awakening type story. I don't really remember anything else about it. And this we will be joined by Mandy from The Autumn Reader on Instagram. So I'm so excited to read this book, discuss it, because from what I do remember, there definitely are some things that I feel like would make good talking points if I'm remembering what I've heard correctly. I don't know. And in December, we of course had to pick a holiday read because December is like Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all of those kind of holidays. So we kind of wanted to pick one that fit the holiday season, winter, all of that. And so for this, we will be reading The Holiday Trap by Ronan Parrish. And this, all I know is that it has 2 couples, so an MM couple and a female-female couple. So it's like 2 storylines that are intertwined, and it has Jewish rep, I believe. I think it's one of the females is Jewish. I could be wrong. Again, for these, I'm wanting to go in completely blind. Like, that's all I know. That's all I want to know. I'm very excited for this because I love the cover. And for this, we will be joined by one of my friends, Tori from Victoria Flaherty. I don't actually know how to pronounce her last name. I'm sorry about that, Tori. And she is that on YouTube and Instagram. And so I'm very excited for Tori to join us, and I'm very excited to read this book. But I think that is all the information, and you can hear my cat scratching a bag in the background. Lovely. So that is all the information. I will leave, again, everything linked below. I feel like I'm missing something, but also simultaneously, I feel like I'm not. I know I didn't read out the book descriptions, but again, wanting to go into the ones that I haven't read pretty blind. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you will be joining us for any of these books. I'd love to hear that in the comments below. Or if you have any recommendations for us to read next year, because we're already kind of trying to plan for next year. So if you have any recommendations on books that you're like, you guys absolutely should read this book, it's whatever rep, like whatever part of the LGBTQ plus community, plus any rep or anything like that, leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear recommendations because I'm honestly horrible at recommendations when it comes to books that I haven't read, and I'm wanting to try to read more books that I haven't read instead of just doing a bunch of rereads, because look behind me, I've probably read like half of these books. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps my channel grow. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!